It's time now for Down on the Corner with Dale Hoffman, North Central Arkansas's premier news talk program. Brought to you by Sears Hometown Store, locally owned and operated right here in Mountain Home.
Good morning, North Central Arkansas, Southern Missouri. It's Friday. Cheered up, cheer.
Even though I work Saturday, I still enjoy Fridays because tomorrow's a shorter day.
Hey, Coach, there's coffee available over here. Grab you some coffee.
Yeah. Yeah, especially if you want it to flush you out.
Hey, it's Friday, December 11th at 7 a.m.
Good morning.
Are you excited?
Yes.
Yeah. So is he. See it?
I am.
Yeah. He's just so excited.
We're good.
Just
Okay,
not
cool.
sure for what.
Right.
Friday, there's only 2 more days to work this week.
It is Friday, December 11th, 2020, 7 a.m. Welcome down on the corner program brought to you by your hometown Sears store at 1029 Highway 62 East, locally owned and operated. And what does that mean to you? It means that when you've got somebody whose whole livelihood thrives on service and sales, he's going to do the very best he can for everybody who walks through that door.
Right. Let's make the difference.
You know, because if somebody says, well, I went to Sears, I don't like, but everybody I hear says, you know, I went to Sears and you know what the deal I got? Wow. You
Right.
know, and even Senator Flippo, he's like, oh my goodness, they really helped me. You know, that's pretty cool. So Bob, tell us about Sears.
Friends and family sale started yesterday.
Good deal.
It'll run today and tomorrow. And it's an additional 10% off on most items in there.
Good.
Not clearance items, of course, but like appliances.
Well, clearance item, they're going to have it rock bottom anyway.
Yeah, you know, there's some pretty cool clearance item stuff. Yeah. I made the mistake of showing a guy the other night when I was over there a tool chest that was marked down, and I was going to buy a couple of them for my son-in-laws. Wrong answer.
So no.
I went back the next day to buy it. It's gone, both of them. Yeah. But, you know, if you have a Sears card right now through this Friends and Family, if you have a Sears card, it saves you an additional, I think it's an additional 10%. So
That's good.
You get this Friends and Family sale price and then an additional discount too.
Good.
Now, Sears is the very best in home appliances, home entertainment, lawn care equipment. They have Husqvarna. They have some Craftsman, but Scooter's a fan of Husqvarna. I think you are too. Are you a Husqvarna fan?
I like their weed eaters and their blowers. They're very well built, and they do have Craftsman push mowers. They do not sell Craftsman riding mowers because the quality is just not what it used to be.
And that's something else I want to point out, that JR, he's very, very particular about the quality that he sells.
Absolutely.
And that's why when you see locally owned and operated, that works as a benefit for us, the consumer.
Right.
If they're not going to stand behind it as a corporation, then he will not bring it in the store.
There you go. Wow, your local hometown Sears store is at 1029 Highway 62 East. That's up on the hill behind Wendy's, same parking lot as Orscheln's, out in front of Physical Therapy Connection. And we want to invite folks from Missouri, if you're in Ozark or Howell County, Missouri, to come on down. Folks in Marion County, Fulton, Stone, Izzard, you name it, come on over and visit your hometown Sears store. And say, well, we're from Mountain View or we're from Yelva. He'll go down there to help you.
Oh, heck yeah. I know they sent some guys over to Yelva yesterday to pick up a zero-turn lawn tractor for a lady.
Yeah.
She'd hit a stump and it wouldn't start back up. And
So this is not just a Mountain Home thing. This is a North Central Arkansas, Southern Missouri service center.
Yeah.
You know?
let me tell you, the hours over there are 9 to 6 Monday through Saturday,
Okay.
9 to 1 on Sunday. If you call them at 12:30 and say, hey, I'm going to be there, but I live in West Plains, they'll wait on you.
There you go.
Very good.
That's what it means.
Service.
Locally owned and operated. I mean, they're going to take care of their folks. So you will not be disappointed. Your hometown Sears store, give them a call at 870-425-3191. Up on the hill behind Wendy's in Mountain Home, same parking lot as Orscheln's, out in front of Physical Therapy Connection. Your hometown Sears store, locally owned and operated. I'm enjoying it, and David's got coffee too.
Yes,
I'm on my
sir.
second cup already. There you
I
go.
got their cup.
We're enjoying Brewed Awakening coffee. 3 locations to serve you. Do what?
I have their
You have
actual cup,
there
too.
you go. Look at that. Yeah. 3 locations to serve you the best coffee in town. Bomber Boulevard, 62 East.
right now.
Hey,
The joys
looky
of live television.
I know. You just never know about
Glitch.
tech.
Glitch! It happened not too long ago. I'm thinking about 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Oh yeah, it went black then.
I mean,
We
nothing.
were only blue today though.
Yeah.
Okay, Brewed Awakening Coffee. Let's go back to the logo. You were just showing.
Oh,
that's-
yeah. There we go.
Brewed Awakening Coffee. 3 locations to serve you the best coffee in town. If you're not drinking Brewed Awakening, you're just drinking muddy water. Hospital Lobby, 62 East Plaza, Bomber Boulevard are ready to serve you the best coffee in town today. Mike and his staff do a great job at all 3 locations, and you can also buy your own coffee there. They can grind it for you. Take the beans home, grind them yourself, whatever the need may be. Brewed Awakening Coffee, the best coffee in town. Appreciate their sponsorship over, the last 8 or 9 years,
Yes, sir.
Can't say enough good things. As Mike says at Brewed Awakening, we're real coffee.
That's right.
We are real coffee. And the advantage is you don't have to park in a parking lot and go in the rain to go stand in line for coffee. You just drive through,
That's right.
Check them out. Brewed Awakening Coffee, 3 locations to serve you the very best coffee in town. Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas, bring the morning prayer each and every day with all our respect. Roller Funeral Homes, 29 in the state of Arkansas to serve you, with 1 in Memphis, Tennessee. Here at Mountain Home, you talk to Brad, Bruce, Charlotte, Chris. Anyone there can help you. They're very caring, loving, understanding, and know exactly what you're going through. With all our respect, Roller Funeral Homes. Let's pause now for our morning prayer. Heavenly Father, in John 8:12, the Holy Bible, you say, I am the light of the world, and he that follows me shall not walk in darkness, but shall have the light of life. To some people that's scary, to others it's a myth, but to Christians it's truth. So why are non-believers afraid of Jesus Christ? Are they afraid that they have to give up booze and drugs and partying? Would they rather be in jail for illegal activity or enjoying life that comes from knowing Christ? Christians aren't perfect, just forgiven, but Christ's salvation is available to everyone, every race, every nationality. Lord, I pray you help us to show love and compassion, and please heal our people, heal our nation, and stop the virus. And that's my prayer today. Amen.
Amen.
Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas, bring the morning prayer each and every day with all our respect. Roller Funeral Homes. Wow.
It's Friday.
What's Scooter doing today? He was painting highway stripes yesterday.
Right.
Then he's pogo sticking in Sydney, Australia.
Right.
Then he was at SpaceX. He's probably goofing off
I
today.
think he's just taking it,
Yeah.
He's just taking it easy today.
Uh-huh.
That's good.
Yeah.
You got to have a break.
Not bad at all. Morning weather brought to you by the Z-Team. Bob and Linda Zador for all your real estate needs. 870-405-0793. The website retiredarkansas.net. And it's time to hear from the Z-Team.
Gather round the radio, boys and girls. I have a little story to tell. 'Twas the night before listing, and all through the house, not a computer was stirring, not even its mouse. The CMAs were completed, the contract was signed, all with hopes of selling this house in record time. We sellers were resting all snug in our beds, while visions of sold signs danced in our heads. The house had been staged, decluttered with care, in hopes that great offers soon would be there. The kitchen was gleaming, the sidewalk swept clean. O spirit of curb appeal, make our house be seen. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, we scrambled to see just what was the matter. The Century 21 goalpost had started to glow, a warm golden light on the new fallen snow. When what to our wondering eyes should appear, our Z-Team agents with buyers, my dear. They featured and pointed and showed them the way. They smiled and agreed and nodded, okay. Our house got an offer the very next day. We accepted it and happily moved on our way. So remember this story when you need to move. The Z-Team Realtors will make it go smooth. From Bob and Linda Zadora and the whole Z-Team, Reese Tubbs, Sam McMaster, Darlene Clark, the entire Z-Team staff. We wish you and yours a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
The Z-Team, Bob and Linda Zador for all your real estate needs. 870-405-0793. The website retiredarkansas.net. Take a peek at the White River.
Yes, sir.
Ho, ho, ho. Wow.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Wow, look at that. Camera mounted in Marion County, Arkansas, looking into Baxter County, Arkansas, and the city of Cotter. The White River separates the two counties. Highway 62 412 bridge to the left side of the screen. And the nice city of Cotter, all the great people there in Cotter, Arkansas this morning. You can go to retiredarkansas.net, look at the live webcam. There's a little camera icon there. You can take pictures throughout the day, share it with family, friends, use it as a screensaver, backdrop, whatever you want to do. because it is a live webcam, and it'll change all the time as the day progresses. Very pretty at night, very pretty at during a thunderstorm to watch the lightning.
Right.
And so take advantage of that. Share it with family and friends. And also at retiredarkansas.net, you can check out all the listings with Bob and Linda, the Z Team, Century 21, Lemac Real Estate, and all the multiple listing service numbers in Arkansas and Missouri for this MLS territory. Bob and Linda Zadora, the Z Team, for all your real estate needs, bringing you the morning weather today. We are at 50 degrees in Mountain Home, 54 at Harrison, 49 in Batesville, 37 in Salem, but 50 in Calico Rock, 44 at Flippin. Boy, we got it just back and forth here. 44 at Flippin, 36 at Marshall, 37 in West Plains. Then around the region, St. Louis at 41, Poplar Bluff at 37, 53 in Springfield, but 10 in Watford City, North Dakota, to put that in contrast between here in the northern part of the country.
They're dropping down, finally.
40 degrees difference already. Wow. And on the radar, got to refresh the silly thing every time. Okay. You see the line of showers that's getting ready to come through Arkansas. They start up around the Davenport, Iowa area, back over to Des Moines, where it's already turned into snow and ice, and then back towards Omaha, Nebraska, back to Cheyenne, Wyoming. Showers go all the way down in through just to the northwest of Austin, Texas. And so, that will be coming through Arkansas throughout the day. Checking the state of Arkansas, extreme northwest Arkansas and southwest Arkansas being affected right now. That's Interstate 49, Highway 412, and 62. A little bit to the west of Mountain Home, looks like over in Boone County, may not be hitting the ground yet, but just be advised that it could be I-40 west of Conway with a little shower activity. Not much on I-30 or I-40 east of Little Rock. And Highway 62, 412 east in pretty good shape, as well as Interstate 555 and Highway 63, 67, and 167 going north out of Little Rock. A little bit different story in Missouri right now. Interstate 29, 49, 44, and 70 all affected. I-55 is not going to St. Louis, but you can see the radar there in the central part, north central part, northeast part, and southwest part of Missouri. Southern Illinois in good condition. I-64, I-57, and all that all the way down to Dyersburg, Tennessee, Jackson, Memphis, Nashville in pretty good shape there. No watches or warnings yet for Arkansas and Missouri, with the exception of northwest Missouri. A little bit of a freeze warning there, freeze watch. 7-day forecast, rain today and tonight. Saturday, high of 46. Sunday, more rain, high of 43. Then Sunday, Monday, we have 47 degrees with sunshine. Checking iDrive Arkansas real quick. There was an accident on I-30 in Little Rock. Now they've moved over. They got some stop traffic down there, and I don't know what's going on, but it's on I-30, mile marker 136.1. Here in Mountain Home, we'll take a quick peek here. Cardinal Drive should be going well this morning. Let's see, that'll refresh. Yeah, not much traffic at Cardinal at 62 right now. And we'll take one more at Club Boulevard, look down the hill towards the city of Mountain Home. And wow, hardly any traffic at all right now in the main drag. So traffic moving well. What traffic there is going pretty well. In Missouri, no watches or warnings there. Highway 63B still being worked on in Missouri. State drought monitor. We have some dry conditions throughout the state. A DO and D1 stretching from Fulton, Stone, and Izard counties all the way down to the southern part of the state. Missouri, the northern half with the same conditions here. Bull Shoals Lake today at 658.71, Norfolk Lake at 553.28. Our good old buddy, the coronavirus update for the 6-county area. We have a total of 520 active in the 6-county area. We have 4,131 that have recovered. In the state, we have 154,000 confirmed with 156,000 recovered. In the state of Arkansas, 1,005 in the hospital, 372 in ICU with ventilators, 181. That's for the state of Arkansas. Right now, Baxter with 185 with 1,395 recovered. Izard County and Fulton County get the award. Izard County 54 active, 996 recovered. Fulton County 53 active with 549 recovered. 520 active in the 6-county area. Crude oil prices have dropped a little bit. Well, they're holding even right now at 46.78. The Dow Jones Industrial Average dropped 70 points yesterday to close at 29,999.26. Morning weather. All the updates brought to you by the Z Team. Bob and Linda Zadora for all your real estate needs. 870-405-0793. The website, retiredarkansas.net. We did it, even with the glitch.
I know.
Look at that. 7:15 and a half.
Excellent.
Time for a break. Be right back.
Mexican restaurant, we are here to keep you safe during these difficult times, as well as serve you the best Mexican food in the area. That's why we've installed a convenient pickup window for all your to-go and pickup orders, as well as a covered outdoor seating area. Give us a call at 870-435-2532 to order your next meal. And don't forget, Letty's also provides catering for small parties or big events. Experience the best in Mexican cuisine. Letty's in Gassville.
Did you know when you shop at Sears Hometown Stores, you are supporting your local community? That's right. Your local Sears Hometown Store is locally owned and operated by one of your neighbors. Their store offers the best of what Sears has to offer with the top brands and appliances, tools, and lawn and garden. They also offer great financing options that work no matter what you need. Remember to stop by your local Sears Hometown Store today and support a local member of your community.
Hi, it's Bob Zadora of the Z-Team at Century 21 Lemac Realty, 1024 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. As you know, we are all facing some unusual times. Be calm. Be smart. The business world of real estate will continue. We may have some delays and some changes that are out of our control, but life will go on, and this too will pass. Give thanks for this wonderful country that we live in. Give thanks for the neighbors that we share. If there's anything we can do to give you a hand, give us a call. 870-405-0793. And check out our website, retiredtoarkansas.net.
At MSI, they're not just another trash service. They're your friendly, family-owned and operated trash service, providing residential, commercial, and roll-off pickup. MSI offers competitive rates and services 5 counties in the north central Arkansas area. Various dumpster sizes available for commercial and accommodating you with weekly pickup for your convenience. Call Tammy or Kathy today at MSI. MSI Trash Service, small enough to know you and large enough to service you. Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detail services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
Take a step back.
We're back live with Friday Morning Sports. Coach Roddy Patrick. Coach Patrick, you and I have seen each other around for a long time.
Yes,
We're
sir.
just reminiscing about how old your children are now, and well, I'm getting old. You know, the purpose to have I like to have the coaches on so the parents, the grandparents, the aunts, uncles, and cousins that live away can see who their student athletes are spending the biggest part of their time with outside of reading, writing, and arithmetic. Because as you know, a student athlete will spend a lot of time with their coaches. So I'm going to ask you some questions, and we're just going to let folks know who you are. Where did you go to high school at?
I went to high school in Manny, Louisiana.
Okay.
I'm a Manny Tiger.
Where is that exactly?
Manny, Louisiana is about 20 miles west of Natchitoches, Louisiana. It's on the Texas line, the home of Toledo Bend Lake.
Okay. All right. And where did you go to college?
I was a Bowieville. I went to University of Arkansas at Monticello, and I got a master's degree at Arkansas State.
Okay. And I know you have a lovely wife.
I have a wife, Charlotte. We've been married 28 years.
Okay.
And 2 children.
And where's she from?
She's from Hamburg, Arkansas.
What brought y'all to Mountain Home?
Well, we were kind of recruited, in both of us, and she was finishing up with her counselor's degree, and she's been a counselor here since '97. And then when we got up here, never heard of it, never been here, and fell in love with the area and the people. I couldn't ask for a better place to raise your kids and create a family.
So when did you start coaching here?
In 1997.
1997.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I could almost say I remember that. You started with the 7th grade football program?
High school.
High school program.
High school.
Okay. So what have you been coaching since '97, and what are you coaching now?
I started high school football and junior high basketball, 8th grade basketball, and then
Who was the head coach back then for football?
Football, Kevin Miller.
Okay.
And then I've worked with Kevin and Shane, and then Patrick, and then as my kids grew, I went down to 7th grade and got to work with Coach Hughes and Coach Pinka. Then I believe I worked with you one year.
Yep.
And then as things evolved, I stayed in basketball, and that was kind of always one of my favorite things to play, sports. And I've been fortunate and been there with the same assistant, Coach Killian. We've been together for about 12 years now, 11 or 12 years. As I've been the head 7th grade coach, and he's been my assistant. And then I also coached cross country. Once I got out of football, I've gotten into cross country, I think around 2009. And I took a stint, a couple years away from it, and I got asked to get back in, and I did. And so I've been in cross country again.
So you have had the ability to affect a lot of student athletes, both male and female, over the years.
Yes, sir.
And what classes do you teach outside of sports?
I teach kindergarten PE in the mornings. I teach 5 and 6-year-olds, and then after lunch, I teach middle school. I have a middle school PE class, and then I'm in basketball.
I have a kindergarten granddaughter.
That's awesome.
And PE is not her favorite subject. She told me last night. I said, Charlie, what's your favorite subject? She said, well, I can tell you this, Grandpa. It's not PE.
That's funny.
I said, well, what is it? She said, music, because I can just yell as loud as I want. I said, oh, boy. Coach, I brought you here actually to talk about a little bit of basketball. We did football season with Coach Airy, and he come in every Friday, so I've asked Coach Fulcher to supply me a coach in every Friday morning so we can discuss Mountain Home Bomber basketball. How is the 7th grade program going this year?
It's going really good. We're excited. We got a really fun group. They work hard. We've kind of not gotten to play as much with what's going on with the COVID as we normally do for this time of the year. We're very competitive. I like the direction we're going in. Our record right now is 3-2. We just come off of a 1-point loss to that team over there in the West. So we're kind of split with them this year. And our other loss was to a 8th and 9th grade team. So we kind of.
How many kids do you have out for 7th grade basketball?
This year our numbers are down. I only have 27. A typical year I'm 35 to 40.
What do you think has got the numbers down? The COVID situation, or do you think it's just lack of interest? Or
I don't think it has anything to do with COVID, because I start with them in January, and I told them last year, I said, our numbers are down. It's kind of a smaller group of interested kids, and I noticed that in cross country. The numbers weren't where I normally would have it either.
We have so many choices now. The choices of what kids can do, extracurriculars, is amazing. Back, I graduated Mountain Home in 1978, and our choices were few. You either played football, baseball, basketball. There was no cross country. There was track. And when we did track and field, we meant field. That it was a real field. So things have really changed. Now you've got bowling, and you've got this, and you've got that, and so many things for these students to do. There is a boys and a girls program down in the 7th grade. Who's the 7th grade girls coach?
The 7th grade girls coach is Ian Biggs and Lindsay Leonard.
Okay. So do the 7th grade students, do they travel as much as the high school?
In the past, yes. This year's, like I said, it's kind of a challenging year to get games and stuff, and we've lost 65% of our games just by not getting to play in tournaments and weekends. But we don't travel this year with them. But in the past we have.
Do you do inter-squad games just to keep them?
I do.
Keep them going?
We had one last week. We were supposed to have one yesterday, but it didn't fall in place. But when we do an inter-squad, we call it intramural inter-squad. We have a group that doesn't travel. They're not quite ready where they need to be. It's an intro level, and they play inter-squad. We divide 2 even teams. And then after that, we play an inter-squad game, kind of like a blue gold, and we kind of mix our teams up to keep the interest out there, and confidence comes when you get to playing games. We get that.
What is the feeder program for the 7th grade basketball program?
Our top flight program is kind of the program we rely on to kind of kids come in and get the fundamentals. I was at watching Top Flight last night with our 3rd graders, and the things that they were doing and we were doing with them is going to pay off, because at a young age they don't understand why they're being taught this. But I was very impressed watching the 3rd grade last night with what they were doing.
So when you're not on the court with the 7th grade, do you assist with the 8th and 9th in high school, or are you just?
No, we kind of, our practices are at the same time. Game days we're support each other and we're there with each other, but usually we're all kind of 9 through 12. Or 7th, 9th through 12th. We practice all at the same time.
Okay.
8th grade's in the morning. So.
8th grade's in the morning. I heard rumor of a fundraiser that the basketball teams are doing. Is that just the high school, or is that all the way down to the 7th grade?
7th through 12, and we got our orders coming in today. It's vegetable sales. It's something that we're trying to see if it'll go. It's selling itself. It's our first time, and if it goes as good as we think, then we'll just kind of hang on to it.
So is it still running, or is it
It's
over?
still running. Today
Still running?
we're kind of starting to collect, and we got to get our orders turned in this weekend. And but
Okay.
yes, it's not too late to contact a Bomber basketball player or one of the coaches.
Okay. How do they get a hold of somebody? Just spit out somebody's phone number. You can
You
give them
can-
Folgers if you want.
You can call me. You can call Coach Patrick or text me at 870-405-2890, and I'll
What else
guide
can you
in the
tell us
direction.
about it? It's a vegetable sale, fruits and vegetables, just fruit, just vegetable. What is
It's
it?
just vegetables, and I don't want to say too much because we're not sure. It's the vegetables that are in season, and we get them out of a company out of Georgia,
Okay.
and
What's the cost?
the cost is $25 a box.
Okay. And just
And-
mixed? Just
And there's a mixture of vegetables in there, fresh vegetables. My parents, my mom and my wife are a member of another group, and they order once a month, and this is half the price of what they've been paying. So
Okay.
we hope to keep it going.
Well, we may just have to try that just to see how it is.
Yeah.
Give it a shot. Anything else you'd like to tell us, Coach?
No, this is year 30, and I feel like it's just year 5.
There you go.
So I'm still excited about it.
There you go. Well, we sure appreciate you taking the time to come out and visit with us this morning, and wish you the best of luck with the 7th grade program. We'll see you again probably throughout the season, and go Bombers.
Thanks, Bob.
Bring us away.
Take a step back in time when going to a barbershop meant more than just getting a haircut. Come into Legionnaire Barbershop today, a unique gentleman's barbershop. Get back in style with 2 experienced licensed barbers who are trained in tonsorial arts and lock removal and are happy to give you a straight razor shave. Legionnaire Barbershop is veteran-owned and operated and located at 1041 Highland Circle, Suite 55 in Mountain Home. For a full, old-fashioned barbershop experience, stop by Legionnaire Barbershop today. When you're out of town, make sure your pet is with someone who will love them as much as you do. At 201 Pet Salon and Resort, your pet is cared for just as they would be at home. 201 Pet Salon and Resort is the only all-suite climate-controlled and air-filtered boarding facility in the area with private and spacious rooms to keep your pet relaxed. And with over 3/4 of an acre of fenced play area, your pet will receive the proper exercise they deserve. 201 also offers professional grooming services. Your best friend is in good hands at 201 Pet Salon and Resort in Mountain Home.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
Hi, I'm Benny with Ammo Dump.
At Ammo Dump, they carry new and used firearms, large supply of shotguns, rifles, and handguns. Ammo Dump will buy, sell, or trade in your item and can special order whatever you like. They also have knives, scopes, ammo of any caliber, and provide gun cleaning and restoration. Call them today for the best competitive pricing around.
If I don't have it or can't get it because they don't make it, come and see us.
That's Ammo Dump, located next to Woodman's Package in Norfolk.
When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, it's our desire that you think about finding a way to live your life to the fullest while living with a serious illness. If you ever need help and support, we provide a team of healthcare professionals and volunteers that will support your physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of life while doing the same for your family and caregivers in the comfort of your own home or wherever you call home. When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, we hope that you grant us permission to walk on the journey with you. Your not-for-profit option since 1979.
At Connor Family.
We're back with Mountain Home High School Bomber wrestling coaches David Martin and Travis Alexander. Good morning, gentlemen.
Morning.
Good morning.
How are y'all today?
Pretty good.
Outstanding.
Did you get him mic'd up? He's all mic'd and ready to go.
Yeah,
huh?
I can hear.
He's talking a little soft over there. Well, guys, we had a match that was scheduled for yesterday, and it kind of got canceled on us.
A little COVID-ity.
A little bit
deal with
COVID-ed.
it. Seems like every hour.
2 this week that got canceled pretty much.
Yeah, we had West Plains was supposed to be Tuesday, and then
yeah.
a little tri-meet here in town was supposed to be last night. Yes, well, let's back this up a little bit. You guys heard the questions that I was asking Coach Patrick. Coach Martin, where are you from? And
I'm from here in Mountain Home. I graduated in '92. Went to school at Henderson State. Got my degree there, a master's degree from Arkansas State. Came back here, taught and coached at Cotter for 12 years. And this is year 12 or 11 or 12 at Mountain Home.
And you're married to?
Yes, Becca. She's a former teacher at Mountain Home, works in the finance world now. Have 3 kids, 1 in college, 1 senior, and a 5th grader.
What a span.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep. It's exciting. Keep us busy.
Yeah, you bet. You bet. Coach Alexander?
I grew up in central Missouri, graduated from Smith Cotton High School. That's where my wrestling career started, was in Missouri, and married to Sherry for 31 years, I think. 31 years. And I've been here in Mountain Home for the last 20 plus years and helped out with the wrestling team for, I guess, a little over a dozen. So,
how many children do y'all have?
We have 2 kids. They're both grown and gone. 3 grandkids. And
I love them grandbabies.
Love them grandbabies. I don't get to see them near enough, though. They live clear out on the West Coast, so I'm lucky if I get to see them once a year.
We'll pray for them on the West Coast.
But they both are wrestling fans. Granddad always sends them wrestling T-shirts. So
there you go. What a plan. Coach Martin, I know you've been around Bomber athletics for a long time. What all have you coached over the years, and what brought you into wrestling?
I've varsity coached baseball, volleyball, basketball, track, football, cross country. I believe that's the full list, and now wrestling. Actually, we followed the wrestling program 2 years ago. I had a daughter that wrestled last year in the inaugural first year, and I have a daughter that wrestles this year. Really enjoy the environment in the wrestling. The kids are awesome to work with. Travis is great to work with. You know, he said he's been been involved in the wrestling program for the last 10 years. He's been driving the wrestling program for the last 10 years, and it wouldn't be where it is without him. So just the culture and the environment there is something that we want to be a part of, and just really excited about it.
I know you, with the newness of the girls team last year, nobody expected the girls team to do as well as they did. And Coach Alexander, they were state runner-up last year, is that correct?
State runner-up, yeah. And, you know, we were lucky. In fact, actually, I'd say Coach Martin's daughter, she was in contact with me all the summer prior to last year, you know, because I told her, I said, hey, I think we're going to get girls sanctioned this year. And so she kept kind of, and I said, hey, we got it sanctioned. So then school had kind of was starting up, and she was a cheerleader, or cross-country runner.
Yes.
But had connections with little sister through cheer. And she had said, hey, what about weight classes? And so when we had our coaches meeting, we set the 10 weight classes. I shot her a screenshot of that, and I think within like the next day or so, she had like 9 girls up there on the mat, and she was probably our biggest.
She filled every weight class.
Yeah, she was our biggest recruiter. I mean, and she still is. She's at UCA, and she's still recruiting kids. And but anyway, we were fortunate enough that we had girls that were athletic. You know, it's one thing to get a kid that wants to be there, but maybe have 2 left feet, or they're just not maybe physically mature enough to move in the way that wrestling takes coordination. But we were really fortunate to get some really athletic girls that were cheer, gymnastics, things of that nature that really translated well into wrestling. And then it's always a plus to have a full squad. We had we had 20 girls last year.
In the first year.
In the first year, you know, and you know, other coaches from other schools like, what are y'all doing? I'm like, nothing. We've got girls that are recruiting other girls.
Got to find the right kids.
Yeah, you got to find the right kids.
Build the right culture for people to want to be there, and it just kind of sells itself.
You know, what you just said about Ashland being the recruiting force behind the success of the inaugural team, that's actually what won her the Wrestler of the Year award for the girls last year. When I sat down, and I take little to no input from you coaches, because there's always the hidden story behind, at least people perceive that. So when I give these Athlete of the Year, the Football Player of the Year, the Wrestler of the Year, that's kind of my input to what you guys do. And I don't mean to offend you guys by doing it that way, but it takes out the political part.
We like it. We'd rather it be that way.
And when I was watching and I started asking questions about who's done what and what their success has been, Ashland's name come up right away. And exactly what you just said about the recruiting and how she was involved with it in the summertime throughout the whole season, that's what won her that little plaque and the bit of a scholarship. But I do want to take the time to thank the Arena Sports Grill and Jim Brown Company for coughing up the monetary side that goes with it. And the little plaques that I have made, that's nothing. But it's just the recognition to those kids for what they do and the work that they put in. And because, you know, wrestling is not something that you can just go on the mat and do and be successful. You've got to work at it like a part-time job. And for some of these kids, it's a full-time job.
Yes, sir.
Because they're doing so many other things as well.
We share a lot of kids. We've got kids starring in the Madrigal play tonight.
Is that right?
Tomorrow night. Oh, yeah. With the lead and one of the other big parts are 2 of our wrestlers. And they've missed some practice the last couple of weeks, but we're fully supportive of that. We want them to be well-rounded. We want them to be involved in things.
How many of the girls from the girls' team graduated last year?
I think we graduated 6 girls, 5.
I think 4.
Well, there were 4 on the 4 on the varsity, but I mean we had a couple other that weren't varsity, so I think it was 6, maybe something like that. But we lost a good nucleus of seniors.
But you've been able to fill those spots back?
Been able to fill those spots back, and you know, it's the same. I'd say it goes back to the recruiting effort and the culture that we have in wrestling. It seems to draw kids, and for years I've kind of made the deal with kids that show up, give me 2 weeks. You know, and at the end of that 2 weeks, if you come to me and say, Coach, this is not for me, no hard feelings. I mean, really, because it's not for everybody. It is a very acquired taste to be able to get out there and compete and wrestle and get in those uncomfortable, painful positions sometimes. But at the end of those 2 weeks, I mean, if they're in, they're usually in.
And it's demanding.
Very demanding.
Oh, yeah. The physical conditioning itself is demanding. The ability to maintain your weight within this 1 or 2 pound zone that you can be in and stay legal in your weight class.
Yes, sir.
It's a demanding thing.
It's funny that he talks about the 2 weeks, and I really didn't understand that as I came in, but I see it. I've seen it this year, because after about day 5 or 6, they're wavering. They're not sure this is what they want to do. It's such a commitment, and it's hard. But by about day 8 or 9, the switch flips for a lot of them, and you can see the hook set, and they're in, and it's just amazing.
Then they end up developing this burning desire to get on the mat and prove themselves.
They want to be there.
I would say, it's I've been doing it a little while, and I would see where kids would get to that low spot where, because we demand a lot of physical effort from them. I mean, it's not an easy thing to do to get out there every day and go through what we go through. But what also takes place in that 2 weeks time is they begin to build those relationships, and the wrestling family is really unique, because you're beating on each other 1 second, and then you're just the best of friends the next second.
Yeah.
And so that builds I think almost kind of a esprit de corps or a band of brotherhood similar to the military, where you're going into battle, but yet, you're the best of friends.
You just love to hate them.
Right. You just love to hate each other. Yeah.
Well, we had a couple of young ladies last week that we pretty much told them, man, we'd love for one day you guys to leave practice not liking each other, because we need you to compete.
Yeah.
We need you to compete in practice. We need you to push each other every day to make each other better, and that's something we've been preaching this year is to come to compete every day. We had a little video that the coach from Duke said was talking about the difference in working hard and competing, and there's a big difference. And when you get to the point that you compete every day, then everybody grows, and that's where that's one of the things we're really working toward on a daily basis.
I'm kind of sticking with the girl theme here, and we'll talk about the boys in the second half. What are the weight classes for the girls team?
There's 10 weight classes. It starts out at 100, goes to 108, 116, 120, 130, or 124, 132, 140, 150, 165, 185, and then heavyweight, which caps out at 235.
Right. So no one over 235.
That's correct.
No one over 235.
Okay. So you anticipate that you'll have each one of those classes filled again this year?
We do right now. We've got 2 littles. I call them littles. They're both just barely triple digits. I think one of them might be still in the 90s. But
I've seen those. I watched it the other night.
Yeah, we'll split one of them at 108 for now, and then have the other one at
how do the rules go, Coach? Can you wrestle up but not down, or do you have to wrestle in your class?
You can wrestle your weight class and the maximum of 2 up, but once you go 2 up, you no longer can go back down.
So you can't move a girl just to fill the hole to keep from giving up a forfeit.
One slot you can.
One slot.
Yeah.
One slot. But if you move 2, then
you have to stay.
But if you move 1, you can bounce back and forth.
Right.
Well, that makes it a little more manageable to keep your wrestlers going and keep your team from giving up a forfeit.
Especially with COVID.
Yeah.
We're having to do a lot of shifting around because you lose a kid because their brother tested positive in 3rd grade and they get quarantined.
Yeah, so now they're out for minimum 10 days.
Yeah, no fault of their own, but it's stuff we have to deal with on a daily basis.
I understand. It's 7:45. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back, start talking about the boys team, and we're with Coach Travis Alexander and David Martin, Mountain Home High School Bombers Wrestling. Go ahead.
At Connor Family Funeral Home, our goal is to provide our friends and neighbors with caring, compassionate services at an affordable price. Connor Family is a full-service funeral home that offers a wide range of services to meet your family's needs and customs. We are the first on-site crematory in the area and provide many options to memorialize your loved ones and address all the details for a more personalized service. Where compassion and affordability meet, Connor Family Funeral Home in Mountain Home.
When I grow up, I want to save lives, like a superhero, and show up when people needed me.
When I grow up, I want to do animations. I want to create characters that can fly.
No matter what it is you want out of life, there is a path to get there.
When I grow up, I don't know what I want to do when I grow up, but I know I want to go to college.
Arkansas State University Mountain Home. Take your first step at asumh.edu.
At Letty's Mexican Restaurant, we are here to keep you safe during these difficult times, as well as serve you the best Mexican food in the area. That's why we've installed a convenient pickup window for all your to-go and pickup orders, as well as a covered outdoor seating area. Give us a call at 870-435-2532 to order your next meal. And don't forget, Letty's also provides catering for small parties or big events. Experience the best in Mexican cuisine. Letty's in Gassville.
Did you know when you shop at Sears Hometown Stores, you are supporting your local community? That's right. Your local Sears Hometown Store is locally owned and operated by one of your neighbors. Their store offers the best of what Sears has to offer with the top brands and appliances, tools, and lawn and garden. They also offer great financing options that work no matter what you need. Remember to stop by your local Sears Hometown Store today and support a local member of your community.
Hi, it's Bob Zadora, the Z-Team at Century 21 Lemac Realty, 1024 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. As you know, we are all facing some unusual times. Be calm, be smart. The business world of real estate will continue. We may have some delays and some changes that are out of our control, but life will go on, and this too will pass. Give thanks for this wonderful country that we live in. Give thanks for the neighbors that we share. If there's anything we can do to give you a hand, give us a call, 870-405-0793, and check out our website, retiredoarkansas.net.
We're back with Bomber Wrestling coaches David Martin and Coach Travis Alexander. My tongue gets in front of my eye teeth, can't see what I'm trying to say. Coach, let's talk about the boys team now. Do we have the same weight classes in boys as we do girls?
No, there's actually 14 weight classes for the boys size, and that's standardized from the NFHS. I mean, it's through the nation. Right now with the girls, you know, that's kind of leaving it up to the state. But with boys, we have 14. It starts at 106 and goes all the way to heavyweight. It basically goes in about 10-pound increments until you get to, I think, about 160. Then it goes about, it goes 60, 70, 70 to 82, and then 82 to 195, 220, and then maximum 285 on the boys for heavyweight.
And do you have every one of those, Phil?
We do.
Currently, we do.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, and you probably have duplicates in a lot of those.
That's something that that's what we hope for. You know, that's our goal, is to go 2 or 3 deep at each weight class so that they can compete and push each other. We're a little thin in boys and girls on the top end and the bottom end. You know, that's what we recruit. That's where we're always looking. Every kid in the 9th grade has had me ask them about wrestling if they weigh under 120 or if they weigh over 220. I mean, we work it. We push that every day, and we've got kids out recruiting the little ones and the big ones. We've got a nice group in the middle, but you know, we're 1 or 2 thin at the top and bottom.
I was in a conversation with some of my business supporters the other day because I am trying to build the confidence in the wrestling program and of course the football program, and build the scholarship pool a little bit better than what I had last year. How long has wrestling been a sanctioned sport?
Sanctioned in Arkansas for 13 years.
13 years.
This is its 13th year.
Yeah, I was thinking that I started helping with that bunch in 06, but it probably was 07 then.
Yeah, probably when Harley.
Yeah.
Yeah, Harley
Coach,
and
Barnhill and
Barnhill. Yeah, I came on.
So it would have been 07 then.
Yeah, I came in 08.
You know, wrestling is not new to Mountain Home.
No.
Folks, when we were talking the other night, I told him, I said, "Oh, wrestling's been around a long time. We had wrestling in the '70s." Oh, we did not. Yeah, we did. We actually did. And the principal from Nelson Wilkes, Jim Stark, was actually the wrestling coach way back then. It was a club sport,
right? And
they still traveled around, but it wasn't a sanctioned thing. And
sure.
The weight classes were not as strict as they are today, and it wasn't a AAA thing.
Sure.
So, but it was a lot of fun, and it developed a lot of character. And what is the feeder program today for what is now Mountain Home Wrestling?
So we have a youth program that we started, myself and Tom Bryant started about, 13 years ago or plus, longer than that. But it's called the Mountain Home Flyers, and eventually we went from 5 years old up to the 8th grade, and then when, of course, they get to 9th grade, they're eligible to come to the high school program. And we were really successful at getting little kids. It was a little more difficult to get the middle school age kids because they were typically already plugged into baseball or basketball or something like that, and it was something new. And so we've now had that program in place for a while, and we're now getting those kids into high school. I think as far as the varsity boys right now, I've got at least 4, if not 5 boys that are starters that were a part of that youth program, way back then. And we've now got that turned over to Matt Schimmel, who does a fantastic job at coaching that. Of course, the interim between Matt and me and Tom was Scooter, and I turned it over to Scooter several years ago, and he really helped take it to the next level with his organizational skills, and then it's grown. I think they still have, even this year being a little weird with COVID, I think they're still running about 30 kids, and they're competing. They competed last week, I think, up at Cassville, Missouri, and had some success there. So, but that's a good feeder program for us.
And Scooter's now with us at the high school. He's there every day working with our kids, teaching technique. Like Travis, we couldn't do it without Scooter and Amanda both. She supports us really well as well. And you, Bob, you help us out working the clock and doing the things at our home meets. Man, it just takes so many people to pull it off. It's we couldn't do it without the support of all of our volunteers. And Robert comes in, helps us on a regular basis. He provides us a big body to wrestle some of our bigger kids in practice. And then Bobby Bevel's also on the staff with us now. And we just kind of all you ask about who does boys and who does girls right now. It's just kind of an all hands on deck, and we just take whatever needs to happen and get it done.
And that's a good way to do it because each one of you guys have a different input, a different technique to be taught, different experience level.
And with COVID, when one of us is out, somebody else has to pick up slack, and the kids have got to be ready to respond.
Right, and they need to know that voice. They need to know who's hollering to do this or to do that. And if you're a spectator, if you've never seen a high school wrestling match, you need to come to the hangar some night that these guys and gals are out there putting it all on the mat, because you're going to hear things from the sidelines that you'll have no idea what these coaches are telling your student athlete to do, but it makes sense to those kids, and they're coachable. And I heard Coach Martin the other night when we were wrestling against Fayetteville and Russellville, as the competitor was coming off the mat, he said, "Thanks for being coachable."
Yeah.
That's nothing that you hear on a basketball goal on a court. It's nothing you hear on a football field. But in wrestling, it makes a lot of sense because every match is different. You're on a football field, your technique, you're going to block this, you're going to block that, you're going after this player, you're going after that player, you're on defense, kill the guy with the ball is the main thing. Wrestling, it's listen to your coach and be coachable. And it makes so much sense if you actually see it and hear it. One of the things that I preach to them often is that they have to tune their radio in to that coach. And it's not stereo, it's mono. You need to hear that
right,
coach.
Yeah, because you've got other kids yelling things. That's one of the things I had to get on some of our kids at Fayetteville, or when we wrestled Fayetteville last week, is we're coaching, you're cheering.
Yeah.
You're not yelling out moves, because it confuses that wrestler out there. And so But yeah, we've got some good kids but they hear that all the time. You're listening to that coach's voice, and
the ones that do it, the ones that listen, they're successful.
Right.
I mean, when is the next match set up for the wrestling team?
Well, our girls go to Bauxite for a tournament on the 28th of December, but our home tournament is January 1st and 2nd. The girls will wrestle on the 1st all day. The boys will wrestle on the 2nd all day. Be a great time for people to come out if they want to get a little taste of it and see what it's like. We'll be wrestling all day both those days during the holiday break, and it'll be exciting. We've got 8 good teams coming from both the boys and the girls, and it'll be an all-day event.
At the hangar.
At the hangar.
Yeah, we'll be running 3 mats. I can assure you, you won't be bored.
Any chance that they'll bring wrestling down into the 7th and 8th grade like they do the other sports?
Well, it's starting to develop now within other schools. I know that, for instance, Van Buren now has a junior high program where they're doing competitions, kind of like the way ours is. They basically just bring other teams in. I know Greenbrier had tried to start one. I don't know if it ever really took off. So it's starting to come up. The thing about it is, with the youth program going all the way to 14 years old, there is just about competitions every weekend someplace if they want to go.
So they'd have to make a choice between.
So it almost kind of like be club basketball versus school basketball. I mean, you kind of have to make that choice. Right now, the numbers just aren't there.
Right, but it's growing.
It's growing.
And throw out a couple successes real quick. We went to Harbor 2 weeks ago with our girls and won the tournament at Harbor against 6, 7A schools. So that was a really good test for us. Bentonville we've been told, was supposed to be one of the teams to beat this year, and we were able to beat them. And we were a little shorthanded for that one as well. And then last week at home, you mentioned Fayetteville. We were able to beat Fayetteville in both the boys and the girls, and gave Russellville all they wanted. And Russellville is a perennial top 3 team in the state, and we were shorthanded. We were four kids short out of the 14, and it came down to the last match. So,
what conference do we wrestle in?
So we are pretty much 5A East. And so you powerhouses there are going to be Searcy. I'm not going to deny it. We're one of the powerhouses in that East Conference. Sylvan Hills is going to have a pretty tough girls team this year. Their boys is always pretty good too. One of the new teams that's coming into the 5A East this year is Batesville, and Benton, I think, got shifted to us. And so we've got 10 teams, I think, in our 5A East altogether.
You have a young man that's a foreign exchange student that you wanted to mention that has been on the wrestling team since the beginning of the year, but was going to wrestle his first match last night and was unable?
Neo Jang, he's a young man from South Korea. He actually got to wrestle in the JV tournament last week or 2 weeks ago at Harbor, but he was going to get a varsity match last night, and unfortunately it was canceled. We just wanted to he's just been so good for our program. The kids love him. He works super hard, and this is for a kid that may not ever get to wrestle because he's going to get to go home. He's going to get to go back to South Korea at the end of the month, and we just wanted to give him a little shout out and tell him how much we appreciated his work, his ethics, and what he brought to our team, and he just made us better.
Great kid, and I was using him in a demonstration the other day, and the language barrier, he speaks pretty good English, but it's just broken, and I think his ability to translate my accent probably makes it worse. And so I'm saying, like, all right, move this foot, your right foot, your left foot, and go here, and he's like, I'm having to pick his foot up and move it where he wanted to go, because he's, but he's just such an awesome kid, and as Coach Martin said, he's been good for our program.
Well, I believe that the program's been good for the school district. I believe it's a program that's going to long live, and it's going to be good and successful. Coaches, we appreciate you taking the time to come out and visit with us this morning. It's 7:59.5, and we've got to go.
Yes, sir.
See you next week.
Thank you.